What is going on, everyone? Nico Lind here with the beautiful wife Meli, as always, and you guessed it, we're here in Treasure Cay again. Beautiful day, a little bit of cloud cover. It is winter, so it's a little bit chilly. It's probably low 70s today, but today's an exciting one. Today we're filming a video that I actually attempted to film a couple days ago, but time got the best of us. But we're gonna go out today on the beautiful brand new 23 Albury, which I mentioned it before. If any of you guys are looking for an Albury, this one we will part ways with, so you know, just let me know and we can talk money and price. And we are taking this back to Florida in a couple weeks here and importing it to the States and all that good stuff. But enough of that. Today we are going way up north in a new kind of series of videos I want to do around here, called basically finding the best, most beautiful beach in the Bahamas. And of course, you know, we basically live here at Treasure Cay, which I think is probably the most beautiful. But in this series, we're going to be more so exploring like far out, you know, isolated beaches where we have the entire beach to ourselves and we don't see another human or man-made structure or anything like that. There is a seaplane flying over there. That's pretty cool. There was also an Icon A5 flying around the Treasure Beach this morning, so that was cool as well. But I'm rambling on. Let's go ahead, get in the boat. We'll get it off the lift, get in the boat, and then we're gonna go head north to our first beach of this series, which should be absolutely gorgeous. And while I get the Albury off the lift, do want to give a big shout out again to Tide Tamer. That's the phone number. If you guys need a boat lift anywhere really, but specifically here in the Bahamas, reach out to Tide Tamer. They're the best there is, and the service over here is unmatched. And before we go any further with this video, I do want to remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel if you like the Bahamas or boating or any of the content that I make. It helps me big time. Liking the video helps as well. And then comment the videos that you guys want to see. I make these videos for you guys, so if I know what you want to see, it's a win-win for everyone. So enough of that. On the way out, I am going to stop at the fuel dock here real quick. I still have probably 20 to 30 gallons left in the boat. But just because we are going a little bit further today, you know, we're going basically all the way up by Spanish Key. I want to make sure, you know, worst case scenario, you know, we still have enough fuel. And so we are going to fill up and then we're going to get going and start headed up north. And it is chilly right now, is it not?
It's cold.
I brought a sweatshirt for you. You're good.
Okay, thank you.
There you go. All right, let's get to the fuel dock. Let's get some fuel in this boat. And I also like doing that because I like making sure the fuel burn numbers are correct. If you look here at the little Garmin gauge, if I go to trip, it says I've used 68.7 gallons. So I should put in somewhere around 68 gallons of fuel today. So let's hope that it's fairly accurate and that the price is not sky high right now. So let's get on to the fuel dock. They only have one gas pump working right now, sadly, so we're waiting, which we don't really need fuel. We could just go, you know, we have plenty of fuel to make it today, but we're already sitting here at the fuel dock. We might as well just get it done, right? Mm-hmm. Sadly. All right, so we just finished up at the gas station, and as you guys saw, according to the, you know, little Yamaha display, we should have taken somewhere around 68.9 gallons. And as you can see here, we took a 68.7 gallons. So good to see that our fuel burn is staying extremely consistent for a total of $430, and that was also with a drink and Doritos thrown into the mix. So not horrible, you know, obviously more expensive than the States, but I'll take a $400 fill up on a boat to go play around in the Bahamas all day, every day. So, you ready?
Ready.
All right, I'm gonna get everything situated, get the lines put away, and then let's hit it and get up to, run up north to a place y'all are really gonna like. I'm gonna keep the island a little bit of a secret right now, but once we get there, I'm obviously gonna show you. And this beach, at least from what I could see from satellite photos and stuff, should be absolutely gorgeous. So let's get up there. absolutely gorgeous day today. Look at this. And look at the beautiful Treasure Windward Beach. Absolutely awesome day, and we're hoping it stays this way. I wish the weather was probably a good 10 to 15 degrees warmer, but I can't be too picky. I'm here living in paradise on a beautiful day on an amazing 23-foot Albury, heading to go search for the best beach in the world, so I really cannot be too picky. Look how flat it is out here. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's just getting flatter as the day goes on as well. This morning, looking out the condo back window, it was not this flat, was it?
No, it's not flat.
It is. It's getting really glassy, so we are very thankful we decided to go out today, because I think this is going to be our last good day for quite some time, so I'm excited. All right, we're just now passing Green Turtle, and this day just keeps getting better. That's New Plymouth. That's where we were the other day for the New Year's Day Junkanoo celebration, which, again, highly, highly recommend if any of y'all are ever over here for New Year's. It was really cool, wasn't it? It was awesome. So we're gonna keep going past Green Turtle, past Fiddle, past Manjack, past Ambergris. We'll cover some distance today, and it will all be worth it when you guys see where we're going. Apparently I accidentally hit a button on the camera and was only recording at 1080p in super night mode. So at the last couple clips don't look as good as they should to you guys. I apologize, that's why, but I just changed it. We're back to 4K, regular, 60 frames per second. So let's continue on. All right, so really quick, this island here is Green Turtle, and this island here is Fiddle Cay. And that's where the Cheeseburger in Paradise X-Stranded Naked Party is every year. And that sandbar is gorgeous. So that sandbar might have a spot on this list one day, but that's for another video. We're going way past it today. We're passing Manjack right now, and I'll tell you what. Look at that. Look at that over there. I'll tell you what, passing Manjack, some of these little beaches and the coves on Manjack look absolutely stunning. And there are a couple houses dotted around Manjack. I've been told some of those houses have questionable origins and some possibly shady characters in them. I have no clue if that's true, is what I've been told, but if you guys want to explore a little bit, definitely worth your time to come up here to Manjack and explore these beaches. Beautiful. But that's not our stop today. We're going even further. This little cove over here, that's the little cove on the north side of Manjack where you can feed the sharks and stingrays and everything. And if you look way up there, you can see the island in the distance. That is the island we're going to, so it's quite a haul to get there. All right, so this is definitely not our final stop. Our final stop is that island over there, but please just look at this beach. Look how many coconut palms there are. Absolutely gorgeous. And sadly, I can't stop and go to this beach because this is a private island. And I think actually, I don't know if this is the right island, but a guy at Treasure I believe this is his island. It's actually an individual, I believe, who's responsible for building much of Treasure Cay. But I'm talking tens of thousands of coconut palms. Just look at that and look at the water. Absolutely freaking stunning. And I've said this before in these videos, but Meli and I, we will own a private island out here one day. It's a dream of mine. I think it'd be awesome to have a place at Treasure, you know, to do the social thing and the fishing and everything. But I think it'd also be really cool to have an island just get away to, not see another human, and the whole 9 yards. But wow, what a place this is. And I know this one, I wanted one of these private islands up here is for sale. I have no clue if it's this one, so who knows? Maybe in the future this could be mine. I hope so, because this many coconut palms literally takes decades to grow, and because these are all full grown, and there's a big house back there I can't see, but that is awesome. That is really, really awesome. That is something else. I mean, we're getting ready to go up, you know, to our actual final destination, but I cannot get over this island. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yep, this island's in my future. What do you think? Do you want to buy it?
That's fine.
All right, I have to find a way to make a lot of money in order to afford that. But, oh my God, just like I said, if that wasn't private and I was allowed to go on that beach, I think that literally might be the winner. In the first video, we might have found the winner for best beach in the entire Bahamas, if not the entire world. That was insane, but oof, we spent enough time here. Let's continue on. Yeah, another one of these beautiful private islands out here. Just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. One day, one day. All right, we have a little side mission, side quest. When we were headed over to where we're going, a boat broke down, so we're towing them over to the dock, you know, doing our good duty. So we'll be back in like 5-10 minutes when we drop them off at the dock. All right, so we did our good deed of the day. They actually got the boat motor started as well over there, but they had us bring him over to this island here, this private island, and holy bejesus, look at this place. We got 2 dogs over there. Beautiful. Look at these 4 houses. I'm assuming a family or a bunch of friends own it or something like that, but again, absolutely stunning island. They have a little boat ramp over here, a beach. Again, I can't go on that beach because it's private, but would be really, really awesome. So if anyone watching these videos knows the owners of these islands at all and thinks they would be open to letting us come just explore the beach and kind of tour the island a little bit, please reach out to me, because I think that'd be an awesome video. I think y'all would like to see it, and I myself am pretty interested in it. So please let me know if you guys know the owners of this place. All right, so we made it to the island we're going to. It's this one right here, and spoiler, it is Powell Cay, which if you look on a map here, there it is, Powell Cay. And this cove here, that is this big long beach right there that we're looking at, and I'm told that the beach is gorgeous in there, and that on the ocean side, you know, kind of in between this little island and the big island, which is High Cay and Soldier Cay, I'm told there's a little sandbar which is absolutely stunning. So we're gonna try to, you know, finagle our way in there because it is shallow. I mean, and it is getting to be low tide. You guys can see the flats over there. And so the last thing that I want to do is get stranded out here. And so definitely going to try to work our way in slowly. Luckily, in a small boat, we don't draft a lot of water. We can kind of fit, but you guys are about to see what we get into. We ran right there to the point of Powell to try to find a little channel that we can shimmy our way in through, but as you can see here, this is some shallow water getting in here. And so the name of the game is just taking it super, super slow, bumping it in and out of gear, trimming the motor up so we don't hit, you know. And so I think we'll be able to get in here. I know I can get in from the ocean side, and so, you know, I'm not gonna get stuck in there. I can always, you know, I think the tide is falling but close to dead low tide, so worst case scenario, I can always just go out to the ocean side. So we're gonna see if we can make it work on this side first to avoid having to deal with that swell. But look at this water. Look at this agüita. All right, so going that way was definitely not the right call. Also, look, there's a starfish on the bottom, nice and bright and orange. So we're gonna probably go back towards that other private island that we just dropped off the other people on the boat to, and see if we can't find some deeper water over there, maybe to try to squeeze in there. Worst comes to worst, I'll just go to the ocean side, but trying to avoid that if I can. Oof, all right, so we made it through the first little sandbar over there. It got really skinny, but we did make it through. And so because the tide is still falling, I'm really quick going and checking out, you know, this cut in between the two islands to make sure I can get the boat out there if I have to, because the last thing I want to do is get caught in here and have to wait out a tide cycle, which would mean that we can't leave here until nighttime, which is not what we want. And so when you do stuff like this, you have to be smart and, you know, come up with a plan, think your plan through to make sure you can, you know, get back home. So that's what we're doing now. I'm hoping that there is a cut here between the two islands that's not super shallow, that we can make it through, but we're gonna find out here in a second. Woof, all right, can confirm, you know, we're out on the ocean side of these islands now, so can confirm if I need to, I can get out on the ocean back here and just run that way. So we're safe, we're not gonna get stuck by having to go back over that sandbar. So we're gonna head in and try to go down to that beach and show you guys that. And so this island right here, that is called High Cay, and it sits in the little cove of Powell. That's Powell, that's High Cay. And I hope y'all can see that, but there is a channel that's blown out of the rock into the island pretty far. And I don't know the story of this island. I have heard all kinds of rumors. I know it is abandoned or halfway abandoned, or that the house there is abandoned, or whatever it is. I'm really not going to go on it because I don't want to get in trouble, because people have gotten in trouble for going on this island before, which is a little bit weird because trespassing usually goes just fine in the Bahamas. So, you know, the most credible thing I heard was actually that the US government owns it. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's definitely the most credible theory that I myself have heard. So again, no clue if it's true. I'm really not going to go find out, but High Cay is quite the interesting place. If you guys watching have any information on this island to add to it, please put it down in the comments, because I've heard a lot of speculation. A lot of people are wondering what, you know, why this island is here, why it is how it is, and blah blah blah. And I guess some people went a couple years ago and found like several passports, all for the same person but from all different countries, and so that's obviously a little bit sketchy. So some weird stories coming out of High Cay. So again, if you all know anything, please comment down below. This is the channel that they blew out on this island, or built. You can see somebody put some serious money into building this channel. Huge rock wall, blown out all the way down. So whoever did this definitely has some financial horsepower. Oof, all right, I really wish this was not low tide, because the beach I'm trying to get to is way over there, and I don't know if y'all can see this, but there's a big old sandbar right there, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to get through it here at low tide. Mid tide and above, no problem at all, but I think it's going to prove to be just a little bit too challenging. So we're going to change up our plan here. I'm still going to try to fly the drone a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see what we figure out here. All right, I am going to try one last thing, and that's to get over to that beach from the ocean side. So as you can see, we're out in the ocean now. We're on the back side of this reef that we were just in front of, and it's all deep water here, and I believe there is a cut over there. So I'm hoping this is our ticket to getting to where I want to go. So you guys will see in a second, but I'll tell you what, you know, we're inside the reef, so I am protected from the waves, but talk about a beautiful day offshore. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. All right, so I made it into the cove I was looking to do. And so this is Soldier Cay, and this is the sandbar I was talking about, and it is absolutely beautiful, as you can see. And so if I can get to the back side of it where it's a little bit calmer, I'm probably going to anchor the boat and at least try to get the drone in the air. but I'm definitely not gonna force it because, I mean, it's the sandbars everywhere, and that's the beach I really wanted to go to. However, looking at it, this sandbar is definitely a whole lot nicer. And so I'm gonna see if I can work my way around to get to the backside. If not, I'm not worried about it, but let's go ahead and see if I can finagle my way over there. And I'm not worried because I can get to the ocean from that side as well. And so if I can just get over this sandbar, I'll be fine. Woof. All right, so we made it. We got anchored up. I'm about to get the drone out, but just look at this beautiful sandbar. Ocean protected by this island. Still get a little bit of swell coming in that way, but that's all right. Meli, what do you think?
Perfect.
Oh my God, it's stunning. Just look at this beach. Sheesh. Yep, this was a phenomenal first find on my mission to find the best beach in the Bahamas, which is most likely in turn the best beach in the world. So this is awesome. Let me see if I can get the drone up. What do you think of this place?
It's beautiful and peaceful.
Very peaceful. There is not another human anywhere near us, which is pretty awesome. So let's get this drone up. All right, so we just got the drone in and I am in love with this place. I mean, obviously the sunset helps set the mood, but perfectly white sand, beautiful sandbar. And I'll put it in the drone video. You can see how, I guess it's ocean waves just push this sand in this long stream from the island that way. So it's a super long sandbar. It's just the perfect location. A good buddy of mine actually told me about this place. His name's Jake Gunther, and I think he watches videos. So Jake, if you do, thank you for telling us about this Soldier Cay place. It's out of this world awesome, but it's, you know, what the time is. Oh, it's almost 4 o'clock and the sun sets at like 5:30. So we're gonna pull the anchor, get going back to Treasure so we're not getting there at nighttime. But this was well worth the trek up here. This is really awesome. Just one last look at this beautifulness. Meli, give me your final thoughts on this place.
We have to come back. It's beautiful. This view, like we said before, so peaceful. No one's here, and I can't wait to come back for summer.
Exactly. We're absolutely going to be coming back here in the Bahamas during summertime where we can swim and the water's not cold and the whole 9 yards. But we got to get this anchor pulled and get on out of here. Got the anchor pulled, engine on, sun's beautifully setting. Let's go ahead and get on back to Treasure. And to get out of this thing, I just learned you have to go between these two islands out on the ocean side and then come back in. So that's what we're gonna do. What an awesome day and what a beautiful ride back too. We're on the ocean side right now and it is just gorgeous. And I just want to give major props to the little 23 Albury. I've said it in a lot of videos now, there's not a better little boat out there. This thing is a comfy travel boat. It's a giant 23 footer. It rides well, it does not slam. It's just an absolute breeze. And granted, it's literally designed and made for what I'm using it for right now, running around the Sea of Abaco. So like obviously it's going to excel, but just an awesome little boat, and I'm very happy we have them in our lives. Just amazing boats. This is Crab Cay right here, and you can see a big wrecked ship over there. Pretty cool. I actually never knew that boat was there. One day during summertime when it's warm, we'll have to come dive it. We're back to Green Turtle now. And the backside of Green Turtle has some absolutely stunning houses up on the cliff overlooking the water. Also, that driveway does not look safe. looks significantly too steep to be safe. Would you drive down that? No. That is wild. He's got an Albury too. Hell yeah. But just look at this island. Green Turtle is a very, very scenic island. I've always said that if anything happens to Treasure, and Treasure goes down the path of being private, which I will not be paying for, Green Turtle would be the next place I go. I think it has the lowest key vibes and is the most relaxed, just like Treasure. That was a beautifully well-kept old Bergstrom running by. I think that was a 63, but I'm not positive. Gorgeous boat. All right, we made it back to Treasure, and let me tell you, that was a stunning run. What do you think?
It was pretty smooth. Cold, but nice.
Oh, freezing, yes. It's getting pretty cold. I think there's a cold front coming in tonight, but very, very beautiful run. A little bit of wind, but it was a following sea, and once we got over to, you know, the Treasure Cay side of the Sea of Abaco, we were completely protected the entire way, so wasn't bad at all. We, as you saw, we did a little beach run. We saw a beautiful Bertram. You know, just enjoyed the sunset. Just a really, really nice day. And so to give you all an idea of how far we went today, I'm gonna go into my trip computer here. So you can see we did 48.5 miles and burnt, you know, 15 gallons of fuel. So, you know, I averaged just over 3 nautical miles. So that was 48 nautical miles. So that's, you know, you can somewhere in the low to mid 50 statute miles. And so this boat, we got somewhere around just above 3 nautical miles per gallon the entire trip, but it was definitely a haul, you know, 50 something miles round trip to get there, but so worth it. That sandbar was so cool, and those drone videos, I can't wait to look at those, because you can see all how the sand is kind of pours through the island and creates that long elongated sandbar. Just really, really, really cool. What'd you think of that spot?
Like I said, I can't wait to go back, and especially during summer.
I know.
When the water's warm, so you can get in the water, enjoy the view, the beach, the sandbar, everything.
Exactly. I'm looking very, very much forward to when I can take the Bahama there and, you know, spend a day where the water's warm, you know, bring the grill out, just grill hamburgers, hot dogs, whatever we want to do. So that is super, super, super exciting, and I'm just really happy with how today went. You know, for a while there, I didn't think we were going to be able to fit in that cove and get there, but then I, you know, figured we can get to the ocean side from where we were, so it made it super easy. Just all in all, a very good day. But let's go get this thing on the lift and get back to the condo, because it is, well, I guess it's only 5 o'clock, but the sun sets at 5:30, so we got to get back, and then we have some steak tonight, so gonna be a good evening. All right, so time for a real quick discussion here. So before Meli met me, she was not a boater at all, and I don't think I'd been on any boat but a cruise ship. And obviously, since she's met me, she's been spoiled with the Bahama 41, which is a, you know, the Rolls Royce on the water. So this boat has been her first
little boat experience.
Yeah, little boat experience. And so I told her from the beginning, you know, do not compare it to the Bahama, because obviously there's nothing like a, in terms of comfort, there's nothing like a 41 center console with 4 motors and every fancy thing you could ever want. But what are your thoughts on the small boats?
Of course, this is not as comfortable like the Bahama. I've been spoiled, I think, since the beginning.
Very much so, very much so.
But I truly love this little boat. It's very efficient. It rides perfectly, you know, it's very smooth. And it's all we need here, honestly.
No, and exactly, and that's the thing. Like, yes, of course, it's nice to have the big boat, but like when it's just Meli and I running around, like,
this is perfect for both of us.
Yeah, like the Bahama's hugely overkill in terms of fuel spent and all that stuff. I mean, for us to go to Elbow and back to grab a cheeseburger is like a $500 cheeseburger. And so, you know, whereas at this boat, today we ran 50 miles and burnt a whole whopping 13 gallons of fuel. In the Bahama, I can't even get from the dock to the Treasure Cay beach and back on 13 gallons of fuel. And we went 50 something miles. So I love these little boats. And of course, as you guys know from these videos, Albury specifically. but just, it's cool having a little boat to whip around on and mess around when we don't have a big group, and also on a nice day to not burn a bunch of fuel. So I'm very, very glad that we have this little boat over here now. Obviously, this boat is not going to be here for too much longer, but still very glad we have it while we do. So I'm enjoying every moment of it. But the next one should be pretty cool. After this, I think a 27 Albury is going to be the next one to follow this one up. So we are very excited for that one, because that opens up a little bit more comfort than a 23-foot boat.
The 27?
The 27.
I've never been on a 27, so I'm excited.
Well, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
And just look at that stunning sunset behind us. And so if you looking down the canal, our property is right there. So we're going to build the house facing this way. So we'll be looking all the way down the canal like this. And so we're gonna have some really awesome sunset views. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. All right, we got the Albury on the lift here. And real quick before we get back to the condo, just look at that sunset. And what I was talking about when I was saying when we build the house, it's gonna look down the canal. I'll show you the view it's gonna have. I'm walking to the other side of the property. So here's the property right here. We have all the way past these trees. So we're gonna build the house at an angle. So the back is facing out that way. So we're gonna be looking down the canal and have quite the good view. So it should be pretty sweet. Don't know exactly when that's gonna happen. Gotta make some more money first as a family, because houses are expensive. But when that does happen, it's gonna be really, really awesome. All right, so that's about gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed that little adventure and me finding that absolute banger of a sandbar. Absolutely beautiful. And then also that private island earlier, that, like the one with all the coconut palms, that was singularly one of the most beautiful properties I've ever seen in my entire life. That was insane. And so I just need to find a way to quickly make a $14 million so I can buy that property, because oh my God, if I had the money, I would put an offer in tomorrow, because it's close enough to Treasure where, you know, it's a 30-minute boat ride away. So you want to get away for a week, you go there. You want to have a little bit more social life, you come back to Treasure. Just really, really cool. But one last time, please subscribe to the channel if you guys like the boating in the Bahamas and all this sort of stuff. Like the video, comment what you guys want to see, and I'll see you in the next video.